I posted a video last week talking about a story of a doll from a woman who posted on TikTok where she started making it in a carousel. She posted the first photo and said no one would believe me if I told them. And then in the second photo, it was a picture of her as a child where there was a doll behind her, a really creepy doll, guys, and that doll was behind her. She said that she used to talk to it and no one believes what she says. And guys, this was something I've always been afraid of. Since I was a kid, I've always been afraid of dolls, and I thought it was something personal to me. And after I shared this story with people, they started telling me stories that left me shocked. Moreover, a comment on that post really scared me, and I want to share both the comment and the video related to it with you here. You'll find out more later in this video. So if today you want to get scared and if today you want to be afraid of a video, you're in the right place. But for us to start this story and for you to understand, we need to start from the beginning. Let's go. There's a story I tell and nobody believes me, but this doll used to move and unfortunately I can't prove it. This video led to 2 photos going viral on TikTok with millions of views, and the comments were what scared me the most about this post. A woman commented, "I had a doll when I was little that looked like a reborn baby. But all my friends said that it blinked at them, but I didn't believe it because it didn't blink at me. One day I started to feel like she was watching me and I noticed that she moved, but no one in my family believed me. One day she said a sentence that wasn't among the options of phrases she could say. So guys, we understand that it was a doll that had phrases and options that she could say. But in this case, she said another sentence that wasn't one she was supposed to say. Like those dolls, you know? Okay, I don't know, the ones that have those options to talk, you press a button, she talks, and then this girl heard a sentence that wasn't one of the options for her to say, like, obviously it wasn't that sentence, but I'm giving you an option, right? I'm giving you a suggestion, it's just an example. I tried to play again and sat her down on a chair and went to get something in front of her. That's when I felt someone pulling my hair. After that, I didn't want to play with her anymore and she was forgotten until one certain day. I was watching the YouTube channel I had when I was little, and I used to record a lot of videos and she would post them, right? Her old channel. And in one of the videos, that witch doll literally moves her eye toward the camera and even blinks. But she didn't have that feature. She was a glass-eyed doll, one of those with hard, unmoving glass eyes. In the video, my friend warns me, but I don't listen. I don't need to go alone or have to. Zenado, I still have this video. Yeah, guys, I'm going to put the video here for you. Good luck. Watch it. After that, I ended up receiving several scary stories about dolls and experiences with dolls on my Instagram, and I want to share some of them with you. Manu Santos commented that she has a very scary experience. She had a doll that looked like a child, she loved it, and played with this doll a lot. There was a day when she got really scared of this doll because she was playing with other dolls she had, and she felt something. She glanced at the doll in the room, and when she looked at where she was feeling that presence, the doll was there, staring intently. From that moment on, I didn't play with it anymore. A few days later, I was going to sleep and I put the doll inside the wardrobe. I lay down and fell asleep, and exactly at 3 a.m., well, if you're loyal followers, you know my channel and you know what that time means, right? The witching hour, 3 a.m., when the portals open from the spiritual world to the physical world. You'll realize how serious this time is and what it means to be awake now. I felt something heavy on me when I saw the doll trying to suffocate me. Note, she didn't move her arms. I started to scream and cry in terror. The next morning, I burned the doll. There was a black stone inside it that wouldn't melt no matter what. My father threw it into the bushes, and nothing happened after that. There was a black stone inside the doll. You know that usually dolls are just the foundation for that spirit to be able to work, right? And that usually there are spells inside the doll. That black stone the girl mentioned was probably some kind of spell inside the doll. My God, I had Stephanie, a giant doll, and she used to move. My sister and I cried a lot. We were lucky that my late grandmother believed us. She took her apart completely and set the doll on fire. My sister and I jumped for joy, watching it burn while Grandma prayed beside us. I'll never forget that, guys. It's so funny. We think, that it could happen here or there, but then a video goes viral and a bunch of comments come in, and we find out that this is something normal among people. Dolls moving, coming to life, talking to people, and even terrifying people, ending up scaring people. That's something very normal. I had one, and I can say that. Larissa from my Instagram told me. It really moved, and I told my mom, but she didn't believe me. Until one day, the same thing happened to her. And she gave the doll to my cousins, who also saw the doll move and set it on fire. And it's really funny. We see that people's reactions are always the same and they end up working out. So if you ended up on this video because you're researching dolls that move, and maybe your doll can move, set it on fire, guys. That's the only tip I can give you. But then going to a more spiritual, religious side, if it keeps bothering you, look for a place, something where you have faith. If you're Christian, attend a church or evangelical house. If you practice Umbanda or Candomblé, go to their respective houses. If you are Wiccan, look for a Wiccan house to try, because I think all religions can help you in some way. The red-haired girl told me on Instagram that she left home. My late sister's doll used to stay on the shelf in the hallway. She sat in my room's chair looking at the window. She doesn't use commas. I'm reading quickly. Mom is telling the story. Even my mom keeps my son's toys, please, please. At night, she walked around. I even recorded the stroller bumping into the chair and wardrobe. I didn't really understand that comment very well, but I got that things moved around in her house too, right? She ends up keeping toys inside the closet and things like that, and she even recorded the stroller bumping into the chair without anyone touching it. And it's not just dolls, okay guys, any kind of toy can move, spirits can take over any kind of toy. I really believe in that. Mayara Polly told me that she had a doll named Barbara, and if you held her hand, she would walk. I loved playing with her, but hid her at night because I was scared. One day, she showed up with a little blood stain that we still don't know where it came from, but I ignored it. I don't know why. Then one day, I was in my room with my mom and she was fixing something with a little knife. And she left it on the floor and left the room to get something else. I don't know why, but at that moment, I looked at my doll thinking she might grab the knife. At that exact moment, the doll falls to the floor with her hand on top of the knife. It was probably just a big coincidence, but she was donated the next day. It's just one coincidence after another. Bizarre things keep happening. Just imagine, you look and you think the doll is going to grab the knife on the floor, and the doll falls with its hand right on top of the knife. It's really strange, right? I had that Stephanie, the big one, she moved too. One day I got a guinea pig and put it in my room. I went through a lot of trouble to make a little pen because I didn't have a cage. I put up a grate, then a marble slab propping up a chest I had where I kept all my toys. I dreamed the guinea pig was making a lot of noise while I slept. I looked in the pen and she wasn't there, so I looked under the bed and she was under my bed. I got off the bed and reached my arm in to grab her, and then she ran under the chest. I lifted the chest and the stone fell on top. I felt the doll put her hand on my shoulder, and when I looked back, she was standing behind me, laughing at me. I woke up desperate, looked at the corner, and the doll was just the way I left her. I had lunch at my grandma's, and when I returned, my bedroom door was closed. I asked my dad, and he said it was because the pig was running away all the time. I went into the room and looked in the flower bed. It wasn't there. I looked under the bed and she was there. I reached my hand under and she ran under the chest. I talked to my mom. You lift the chest and grab her. My mom lifted it. And the stone landed right on the pig. I screamed because it happened exactly like in my dream. When I looked at the doll, she looked at me, guys. I had a really strong psychotic episode. I was desperate. My parents trying to calm me down. And I just kept saying, burn that doll, burn that doll. My dad took the doll out of my room, but I was never the same again when it came to dolls or toys in general. Guys, let me see if she commented here. She didn't comment here. If the guinea pig was okay, I was worried about the guinea pig, but I think it was fine because if the guinea pig had died, she had told me, guys, I'm shocked by this story. She dreamed, and then after the dream, it really happened. So the dream was a warning. Leave a comment if you've ever had a dream that actually happened in real life, because that's never happened to me. Actually, it has. But since we're talking about bad things, right? About bizarre things like that, the dreams that actually happened to me in real life were good dreams, right? I dreamed about a place I knew in Europe, even though I didn't have money to go to Europe. And a few days later, years later, I managed to find that same place that I didn't even know existed. But I had dreamed about it, and that was really cool. So I think dreams really can give you some premonition of something, whether positive or negative. And in the story of this girl, her name is Gabby Wall. Guys, I was shocked by this story and really scared. Rael also said she had a doll like that and that it moved. She swears to God it used to stay on a shelf. Always, I repeat, it always fell on someone when they walked under it, and it never fell when no one was there. She moved her head, blinked, and one day my father traveled and left only me, my sister, and Roberti at home. We were all afraid of the doll, so we decided to put it in the living room and locked ourselves in the bedroom. She was a rocker. She had some black boots. In the middle of the night, there was a noise in the kitchen, like something falling. We woke up, and through the crack in the door, we could clearly see the doll's feet going back and forth. Guys, they were home alone late at night. My mom, my sisters, and I were all really shaken up. Anyway, we moved to a new house, and my dad left her tied up in the backyard where there was an abandoned house. In the back, he tied her up with metal bars and rope, and we left her there. Guys, it was supposed to be set on fire. Poor new tenant, right? Poor person who's going to buy the house. My God, these stories are terrifying. I'm really scared by these stories. Man, I tell a similar story and people just laugh at it. It was Luan Pereira who said, I saw my sister's doll moving when I was a kid and people laugh. I don't trust dolls anymore, guys. People who haven't been through this often laugh or think it's a lie, but trust me if you haven't experienced it. This happens, and I'm going to share this last story, which is from Melo Lopez, here from my Instagram about this topic. And let me know in the comments. I can also bring more topics about dolls or possessed things if you want. This was a video about random dolls, but I can also bring videos about famous dolls. I can tell you Annabelle's story or others. Just ask. I clearly remember my mom and I walking past a toy store every time. There was always a blonde rag doll in the shop window, and I told her I wanted it. The minimum wage was 410 Ries and the doll cost 30 Ries. My mom worked hard and bought me the doll. When I pressed her chest, she would say, Mommy, I love you, just out of nowhere. When I was at home, in my room, alone, the doll started saying, Mommy, I love you, over and over again, and it was brand new. I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified, and I told my mom that I didn't want the doll anymore. Imagine having a doll that, without being pressed, suddenly starts repeating, Mommy, I love you, Mommy, I love you, over and over. How scary. This was a quick video here for you to share these stories. I'll try to bring videos every day for you, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I really hope this video brings you a lot of horror entertainment and that you ask me for more content. If you have any tips about scary or bizarre content and you want me to talk about it on this channel, please leave a comment here for me because I'll read all the suggestions. If you made it to the end of this video, comment demonic doll down below so I know you watched all the way to the end with me. Don't forget to follow me on social media. Links are below. Also, Follow me on my other channel, which is Vinicius da Ilha Oficial, where I talk about curiosities and funny things, so follow me there. There's also Vinicius da Ilha Vlog, which I promise I'll try to bring back. And if you haven't liked this video yet, like this video, leave your like, guys, it's really important to me. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way, YouTube will let you know. When I post a new video, you'll be one of the first people to know. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video. Big hugs to all. I'm out.